In this video, we are reacting and reviewing One Piece manga chapter 985, so let's get right to it. First, before anything else, I just want to say this whole chapter was unexpected. I didn't expect like 90% of it, and damn, it was a good surprise. Chapter 984 was like, oh, okay, I knew that was gonna happen. But for chapter 985, it was like, whoa! Oh no. Really? Damn! Okay, then Luffy being Luffy. A lot of things in the chapter also made me feel really weird. So, anyway, we start the chapter off seeing the very unexpected appearance of Kanjuro stalling for time against the scabbards in the back.
NANI?!
That really sounds like innuendo. But anyway, we see a ton of new characters and the headless samurai army that was drawn by Kanjuro. And I was surprised that Kanjuro knew Izo, and then I remembered that they were basically Nakama back then, before Izo even joined Whitebeard's crew. Kanjuro then proceeds to tell the Scabbards what happened with Momo, and I think that this was a very bold move by Kanjuro, because in circumstances like that, people could panic because of the whole execution thing. But it was handled well by the Scabbards. Maybe it's because Kanjuro also mentioned that there was no sign of infiltration that was going on, and the Scabbards assumed that the operation was going well. So anyway, we learned here that Momo really did try to make a run for it, but Kanjuro was able to handle the situation. But it's weird because I thought that he was basically emotionless, and his character when he was with the Scabbards felt so slow. And now he's showing anger and foresight, so that was all so weird for me. I really love the way that they draw Kawamatsu. His face is like a plush doll with no nose. But anyway, I find a little relief from all of the tension seeing the dog and the cat talking. They were asking each other what's up with their arms and legs, and it was quite comical, and it just shows how unaffected they are from Kanjuro's attempt to provoke them and cause panic. The best thing about this page of the manga is seeing Kiku in her full fight costume. The samurai armor is just badass, and this was really unexpected because we usually Kiku being timid and doesn't really take charge of the situation. And here, he just takes off and goes right at Kanjuro to start the fight. Maybe it's a bit because of the immaturity or inexperience. That might be the ones talking, but I like it. So anyway, we see the dog and the cat talking to each other again, like old friends that didn't meet each other for a long time. And it's just casual conversation, which is plain weird. I was expecting a full-on Sanji and Zoro reunion dynamic to go on, but it was way too casual. Then, we skip to Yamato and Luffy talking. We now learn that the handcuffs were put on Yamato to keep her in the island because she wants to travel with Ace and the others, and that these might explode if she ever leaves. She fears that this might not be a bluff because her dad is really like that. And before you say anything, yes, I know Yamato views herself as a man to take on the role of Oden, but she doesn't look anything like a man to me. We are 3 chapters in, and I still look at her as a horny Nami. 99% of her reminds me of Nami. The 1% is from the eyelashes and the eyebrows. Everything else is Nami with horns. Also, is it just me, or is it weird that Luffy didn't automatically let her join the crew? In any case, she's persistent. I still think she's going to board the ship and end up as a Nakama anyway. She has the backstory for it, she's strong, she has the ambition, and most importantly, she hot. She very hot. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The crew needs more women because it's a total sausage fest out there. Oda, you need to let her join. But anyway, we now learn that she just ended up dressing as Odin, and not really because she intended to emulate everything about him. On to another thing that was unexpected, Kaido's announcement. We all know that Fujitora was pushing for the world government to abolish the Shichibukai system, and we find out that he really did manage to convince the Council of Kings or whoever had to be convinced to make that change. And what Kaido adds to that makes total sense. The Marines are confident in their newfound powers, which I think implies Fujitora and Ryokugyu. But it was written in the translation I've read with quotation marks. So I'm thinking that there might be new stuff there. Pacifista, I guess. No, but seriously, the new but not so new Onigashima initiative is then explained to Kaido's crew, as well as Orochi's men. I feel this isn't so new because this has been going on for over 20 years. Kaido has just been preparing and preparing and preparing for the war that is going to involve the whole world. And the only thing new here is the addition of Big Mom into the mix and the expansion of the project to the flower capital. We also see that Nami and Carrot were caught, much to the surprise of Robin and myself. Shinobu was missing. Who cares, right? But I don't even understand who brought Nami and Carrot there. Because Big Mom wasn't holding them when she entered the whole scene. And speaking of Big Mom's entrance, I quite like it. All the homies just hanging around. But anyway, what really interests me in this scene are two things. The first is when Nami was down, her first words were Zeus. Second, the Yonko Alliance is now targeting the ancient weapons. So let's talk about Nami's words. These tell me that she still wants Zeus and seems concerned for him. Also, Zeus looks kind of funky because of the little white outline and the black interior. I'm not sure, but I think this is the first time we've ever seen Zeus like that, and that's really making me curious. Please comment down below what your theories are about that. Then we have the ancient weapons. Since the Straw Hats might be in the island, I'm actually considering if they are planning to capture Robin so they can go after the weapons. Or does Big Mom and Kaido's crew have awakened Three-Eyed Tribe members like Pudding? Or did Pudding awaken her third-eye powers? So many questions. I really love One Piece because it's giving you a lot of cliffhangers that makes you think from all of the stuff like this. So it's not boring.
Wow!
But anyway, things really get dirty when Kaido threatened Orochi's men, and I see now why Kaido was so silent when Orochi first saw Momo. He was probably thinking, I've had enough of your. Obviously, Orochi wanted to retain his rule over the flower capital, and while he was trying to convince Kaido to change his mind, out go the lights, and we now know that Kaido is a real head turner. King was like, Here, use my sword. I'll hold your beer. And then boom! And I was like, Whoa! And then after I regained my sanity, I remembered, oh, yeah, that's more pirate like of Kaido. And Big Mom was laughing, Mama, Mama! Fukurakuju was so helpless. Oh no, Lord Orochi. Then Kaido sets 5 seconds for a decision for all of Orochi's men to join or die. And Luffy was like, oh, what's that shiny thing? Okay. Oh, it's Momo. I can almost hear the 5-second timer ring until Luffy realizes Momo was crucified. And while Kaido was announcing all of that, this dude shows up. And is it just me again? Or does he look like that mountain bandit that wanted to kill Luffy from the start of the series? And maybe Luffy realized that too, and both Yamato and him fall down the attic. Obviously, I'm just trying to joke around from all of the hype. I just finished editing the most recent predictions video about the bounties and was browsing through because it took so long to edit Sanji's raid suit. It took me like 2 hours just for that part. And then I saw this new chapter come out and I was like, whoa, I gotta read this. One Piece is like a drug, you know. You get a big spike when you read it and you're hyped back up. So anyway, we see that a sword was dripping with blood and the person wearing samurai armor was crying. So naturally, I'm assuming that this is Kiku, and it seems to be implied that they have already dealt with Kanjuro and his group, and they might be coming inside anytime soon. Kaido continues his announcement, and they're going to move the island of Onigashima to the flower capital. And from all of the struggling that Yamato probably did to stop Luffy from reacting too much, they fell down and start rushing to save Momo. This was the actual reaction I was expecting from the scabbards when Kanjuro was trying to provoke them, and look who ends up doing it. Yamato really seems to hate Kaido and refuses to become the shogun of the new Onigashima. But anyway, to wrap the video up, Luffy and Yamato are probably going to be surrounded, which is such a bad position for them, but it's a really great distraction for all of the allies in position, and overall, great and seamless storytelling by Oda. Now, if you liked that chapter, crush like on the video, and comment down below who you think will take on Luffy first, the Tobiropo or the All-Stars. And subscribe to the channel too, because on the next video, we're going to try and predict what's going to happen in chapter 986. It's going to be a fun conversation, so don't miss it. Stay safe. Peace!